Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to the Insula Populi Megacampaign in Europa Universalis 4. In the last episode, we absorbed a couple of little one province territories over here in the colony. We got our troops drilling now. I gotta move that to a fleet. We got our troops drilling. And at the end of the episode, we declared war on the Iroquois after much kind of consternation on my part. Because I was planning to go to war with the Eastern Roman Empire, but they're allied with England, and then a bunch of, my allies were going to join, but then Lugia declared war on Saxony, who's allied with England and East Franconia, and it does not appear to be going well for them. So, yeah, it's not great. It's just created a bit of a mess. So I had to kind of quickly decide on, well, what else I wanted to do. And the only thing I could think of was go to war with the Iroquois, who are also at war with England, so they're distracted. So we're going to take advantage of that. And we are also establishing a new colony here in the Caribbean. So I need to keep some troops there. So I might need to move some troops over here. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright. So let's actually get one of my armies not drilling. Let's get these guys on boats. Let's get those boats moving. Yeah, we're gonna let these troops occupy that province. We're going to march up here and deal with these guys, or they're going to run away. Yeah, England's not going to let me walk through their territory, so... Or their territory. Heretics. Okay, yeah, they're on their way. Barban Teles Giron and his family, a merchant family from Istria, has come to greatly expand our long-range trade with Amairs. By successfully establishing themselves in both Karj and the Amair hinterlands, they have come to be very influential in both our societies and very rich. This is a situation we could probably make use of. Trade power. Yeah, I'll take the trade power. Alright. Actually, what I'd like to do is, for the moment, land the troops. Alright, let's start occupying. Let's get this army dealt with. Alright, well. I think their war with England is complete. Alright. We can march our troops through there. We really do need 2 armies, which is, again, why I do have 2 armies. Alright. Let's send the big army into the Iroquois territory to start sieging stuff down, and we're going to play whack-a-mole with the smaller army. England has declared war upon the new enemy, the Iroquois Confederacy. The who now? Weren't they just at war with them? Oh my goodness, they're down here again. Alright, well, I really, want maybe 2 provinces. Let's see, if we sue for peace, will they let me have what I want? They will let me have what I want. Then do it. Alright. Alright, let's send this army back to Europe. Alright, scientific revolution. Alright, take our troops back home. We are no longer at war, so we can go ahead and mothball all of our forts. We can start drilling our armies. Is again asking us to give them 4,700 soldiers. You know, you can have them. Because you need to replenish your manpower, because it looks like you lost your war. Yep. Military leader has left us. All right. Well, we'll get another general. All right. Oh, we lost a lot of troops in the trip over. All right. Get them drilling. Okay, so if I were to declare war, Heves and Lugia would join. Now, Lugia is not exactly in the best condition. The question is, could I rapidly acquire the war score that I would want to grab at least a few more provinces? Yeah, if I could get them to break their alliance with England, that would be really nice as well. Bring our ships down here. Our transports. There we go. I think we're going to need them down there. Our colony is self-sustaining. Excellent. The allure of our capital has long been neglected. Now we have an opportunity to improve the city and make it a beacon of cultural pride. This may prove costly, but there is an alternative solution. Gain base tax at the cost of manpower. Gain base tax at the cost of ducats. We'll spend ducats because we have ducats available, and I don't really want to spend the manpower. We have a mission fulfilled. We have a Caribbean colony. All right. Another center of trade. And Aruba. Send it. Alright, colony is being established. Land the ships with the troops. Alright, very good. I thought you were drilling. Well, England is at war. So they could be distracted. All right. Let my armies get ready. Get my fleets. My fleet's ready. Though they're completely landlocked now. But just have them ready in any case. Demonia is likely having financial or diplomatic problems, and his last resort has agreed to sell one of his provinces. He sold it to Lugia. Lugia has money to buy a province? They have 24,000 manpower reserve. They have 97,000 in the field. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. Alright. If we declared war... and bring in both Heaves and Lugia. And I could also call in the Wenro Federation, just to help protect my colony. All right. Do it. Immediately siege their forts. Ports are blockaded. No, they are not. Oh, wait a minute. They have, they still have those islands there. Yeah, there's a bunch of ships. Alright, hopefully Lugia will keep England and these guys busy. Tell us about the event of the International Book Market. It's like Heaves is taking care of their armies. That's great. That's not as great. I'm not going to worry too much about it. As soon as we finish one of these sieges, we'll go ahead and break that army off to go re-siege anything. Oh, I don't like that one bit. All right. $42,000 strength army marching around. Alright, more possible advisors. Alright, well, we're gonna march these troops up north. Our most famous respected Masons approached Henri the First this morning, stating his concerns about the state of the monument in Avignon. My dear Empress, it breaks my heart to see such a beautiful structure carelessly abandoned, left to face alone the dangers of time and weather. I beg of you, please allow me to help restore it. Sure. Two of our most trusted advisors, Andosia Solaro and I forget how to pronounce that name. Alright, have been talking a lot recently, plotting, some say, drafting plans for Iberia's future. Others say, whatever they are discussing is clearly controversial enough to warrant some secrecy. Finally, they approach Empress Henri I to present the results. The thick stack of papers contains plans for monumental changes in the nation's trade practices, including increased protectionism, regulation, and industrial policy. Radical, some would say. Necessary. And profitable, they would say. Regain mercantilism for stability. We kick out both advisors, and we gain a bunch of admin power. And diplomatic power. You know what? Do it. And now we need to hire a couple of new advisors. That's okay. We can do that. Production efficiency, man, that's gonna be expensive. Not right now. We'll go with that. All right, siege is over. All right, now let's get our armies together. Let's go deal with this. Our determination to embrace free trade has led to domestic merchants losing out on rivals from other countries. They need to adapt. There we go. Alright, let's sail some ships over there and try and deal with those English ships. We can embrace. Yes. All right. What is causing all of our negative war score? What, 89 ships? Jeez. All right, let's go see if we can deal with some of this. I mean, let me just see what I could potentially get. What could I potentially get? Nothing. I mean, we could force them to break their treaty. That's about all we could do right now. Is that 80,000 troops? Oh, we took a beating in that battle. Holy crap. Okay. All right. I think it was Castoria that I had demands on. And annul their treaty with England. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're not gonna get much out of the war, but that's okay. Breaking that treaty actually is a pretty big deal. Because my allies are not exactly doing so hot. So... We need to pick a new rival. Let's go with you guys. You are very annoying. And, anyone ducats? Sure. Mothball forts. We need an admiral. We need to be in ports. Unless I don't have the points to do it. There we go. All right. Now we are back in peace. All right, so hopefully they won't be able to reform that alliance. And once our truce is expired, we'll be able to hit them again. Alright. One province. Alright, our golden era is now over. How is the little colony coming along? Almost there. Nobles ally with foreign power. The nobility often prove unruly subjects of the Empress, seeking to resist any infringement on their autonomy and seizing any opportunity to strengthen their position. This often includes making common cause with foreign powers. Recently, several key figures appear to have struck an agreement with the Eastern Roman Empire to advocate a pro-Eastern Roman course of action in return for certain favors and promises. What is this? While not directly treasonable, this behavior is clearly detrimental to our interests. However, reining them in is likely to prove no easy matter. They will pay for their treachery. Alright, summon the diets. The clergy of Orid request that we fund the construction of a new textile manufactory. They claim that it will be a highly profitable investment. The nobility wants to conquer something. The burghers call for an expansion of Majorca's port facilities and the province to develop into a valuable naval base for our nation. I'm kind of in agreement with that particular idea. What do we actually need to do? Have one of the following must be true. Either a shipyard or a grand shipyard. Alright. We can build a shipyard. Alright, we're gonna rebuild this fleet. Alright. Now, speaking of fleets. Split out the light ships. And have them protect trade. Up there. Alright, our colony is self-sustaining. Let's also grab Jamaica. We're just going to start grabbing little islands. Alright. Nation of the Wenro Federation, your faithful allies, requesting you to come to aid in the Wenro Federation forced migration war against a bunch of people. This is a war that they have started. I mean, we could. The Cheyenne. These guys, these guys. The Cheyenne. You know what? I'm actually going to decline. And say, you know what? No. And now I know you're going to be kind of angry at me. You know what we're going to do? We're going to improve relations. I'm trying to pass that over. But I really just can't right now. Iron ore quality problems. One of our iron ore mines hit some lower quality iron ore. This has made outfitting our units more expensive. Alright. Mauritian infantry. Land morale, military tactics. He's going to give us a new infantry type. Yeah, we'll go with that. Noble families feud. Violence among leading families within a state is... Oh. never far from the surface. Recently, two noble families have quarreled in Lucania. Maybe. Where the dispute has become so heated that the two parties seem set to raise arms against each other unless we settle the issue. We'll try to settle the issue. It'll cost some diplomatic power, which I can take. Alright, but we're at the end of the episode, so we're going to go ahead and stop here. And we're going to have to go to War the Creek here sometime soon. We could ally with them. Alright, well, I'll think about it. Alright, but for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.